Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. It is day 71 of 75 for EDSS here in the Realm Reborn, and yesterday we were able to get one of the most satisfying victories I have ever had as a YouTube gamer after we went into the Stone Vigil after waiting for 12 long days to do so, to get Cid's long-awaited airship, the Enterprise. And along the way, we slew a whole bunch of evil dragons, and that really put a smile on my face. So now that we have made it back to Gridania, which is therefore back in Eorzea, we can now talk to Cid to see what he needs to possibly get this airship repaired, because we know that it is not in the best of condition, being pretty much lying dormant for 5 years. So, let's speak with Cid and take his level 41 challenge entitled Into the Eye of the Storm. Cid appears to be in deep thought. So let's see what he may need to get this thing fixed and if we can help him in any way. So big man, what are you thinking? Yeah, aren't you going to say anything? It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. Hey there, Alpha Node. Yeah, he left and then he came back. Yeah, that didn't take long. And so now, what do we got? I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Well, that's good. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Cid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. And so, what do we have to do to get her journey ready? Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even though that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements, of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of the crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Yeah, for two geniuses such as yourselves. Though mayhap not to you, Edie, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace. Which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. Meaning, the point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether, comprising Garuda's barrier of ether, into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertant, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquez met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marquez was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. And so, Edie, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Well, we know what we gotta do. So I guess we're gonna have to go on a crazy journey, and before I go on that journey, I noticed that I have received a letter in my mailbox, but I do not know from who or for why. Let me see if I can access this. Why would I access the letter I just received? Well, I guess I would get it from one of the... Well, I know who. From a delivery Moogle. From a delivery Moogle. Yeah, can't get the words out of my mouth. Anyway, before we go, I want to make it a point to see that we can take care of the situation with that. Or if I can find a delivery Moogle somewhere. Because yeah, if there's a letter for me, I would like to know what it is about. And I hope that it is a legitimate letter. So where would we find a delivery Moogle? Because the first place that would come to mind immediately would be the Aetheryte Crystal. But to be honest, I have never seen a delivery Moogle anywhere near here. And I do not see one right now. Well, I know of a place where I can find such a Moogle, but to get there I would have to go to Lim Salaminsa, because the only place that I know where there is a Moogle doing delivery off of memory is in Lim Salaminsa. So I'm gonna, since I have to take a time out anyway while going to Camp Drybone, I'm gonna go to Lim Salaminsa, get the letter, and then meet you at Camp Drybone. So I'll take a quick time out and be right back. Okay, so after doing what had to be done over at Lim Salaminsa, I was able to find out what the letter was for. And it turns out that having completed 3 full months on paid subscription to this game, and starting a new set of them, I found out that I got a reward for my continued loyalty. So, that reward comes in a new look for my Chocobo. So, what does my Chocobo's attire now look like? Well, see for yourself. Yes, my Chocobo has been turned into a witch! Yeah, a very scary one too, because it even has a mask on it. Yeah, my little Chocobo's been turned into a witch! Oh, my poor Chocobo. But yeah, I'm not planning on keeping that around for long. I just thought I'd show it. I'll probably keep it around for the rest, maybe a day or two. But yeah, I want to switch it up for something else entirely. So, that's not the reason why we came here. The reason we came here is to find Lambertant and see if he can help us with our quandary. Would he be in here? Yeah, it looks like he has other company too. So, let's see if I can't get a word with him. Why, yes, I'm Professor Lambertant. Beg pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Well, that's good to hear. So, out with it, man. Let's take your level 41 challenge entitled All Due Precautions. Professor Lambertant is eager to tell you anything and everything of corrupted crystals. Oh, it is so rare to find fellow intellectuals in this region. It is even rare to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wished not to conduct a field of observations, but to harvest the corrupted crystal? Egads, man! At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you have sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Well, thanks a lot. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. If you bring me a suitable vessel, say a common clay pot, I shall coat it with an alchemical sealant of mine own design. Simply store the crystal you seek within this pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Where you might find a clay pot? Well, I'm hardly a merchant, but surely some fellow at the Golden Bazaar has some for sale. And so yeah, that's where we have to go next. Yeah, they're bringing out the big words, then they're adding... It's like they're doing compound words into each other. It's like, what the heck am I reading? Yeah, because when I was going through this with my first avatar, usually the thought process was just get to the point, man. What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? But, oh, man. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I need to be over this direction, yes. Yeah, I don't want to be going in town, I want to be going around the town. I want to go around the town in order to get to the Golden Bazaar. For that is where I will find the clay pots that I require. And they should be from the northwest corner of Eastern Fenland here, because that is where the icon is pointing us to go to. Yeah, imagine doing this game without any such hints, that you had to figure all this out for yourself. Just like you would have to all the way back in the early days of video gaming, that would be pretty tough. Even for the most skilled and knowledgeable gamer. You'd be like, where the heck do I go? And so, now having made it to the Golden Bazaar, we have found the Munificent Merchant. Not to be confused with Maleficent, the character played by Angelina Jolie in a brand new Disney film. Anyway, with my gear repaired, because that is something else I wanted to do, let's speak with the merchant. You get a pot, and you get a pot, everyone gets a pot. Sorry, I get a bit carried away when disposing of all merchandise. Anyway, take my pot, please. You got it. Thank you very much. So let's just make this real quick and warp back to Camp Drybone. Yeah, I don't remember how long I'm staying here, so don't know if I have to set it as a home point. But I will have to change it from Kerthus since we can't go back there for a while. Alright, back to Camp Drybone. And besides, I don't need to worry about money. I have over 80,000 gil, so I'm pretty set for a while. So let us go in here and speak with Lambertant again. Fascinating. Even accounting for the unusually strong ethereal currents in this region, the crystalline formations are... Oh, you've returned! Any luck finding a pot like I suggested? Will this do? Well, this is indeed an unremarkable piece of rubbish, but for our purposes it shall suffice. Well, there we go. So let's take Lambertant's next challenge, level 41 entitled Sealed with Science. Professor Lambertant is about to show you something you will never forget. Well, prove it. With the liberal application of my alchemical sealant, this sorry excuse for earthenware will be reborn as a corrupted crystal containment device. Now observe as this scholar skillfully, almost dropped that, skillfully coats the interior of this pot just so. There, it's finished. You no longer need fear the crystal's transformative energies. Though I suppose you'll be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Of course. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, I will now have you take the warded pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of ether at High Bridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. You got it. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. Back on my chocobo with a silly attire. even though you can't see him until now. Yes, so, yeah, this witch's hat is pretty much blocking Edie's view of what's in front of him. He has to look around the witch's hat in order to see what the heck is going on in front of him. Yes, this is very hilarious indeed. Yeah, I much prefer my Chocobo have actual armor than being dressed up like a witch. Or more specifically in this game, as they describe it, a black mage. Which is what the infamous Lulu was in Final Fantasy X, her and her Cure Black wannabe outfit. One of the sluttiest pieces of wardrobe I have ever seen in a video game. Because, yeah, how can you not pretty much say, "Hello, Peeping Toms, come on over and take a look inside"? Yeah, kind of hard not to. So, we want to take this over to Hahasako, which obviously sounds like the name of a Lalafell. Let's see if we can find this young man. Let's disembark from my Chocobo. Might be down a level? Yeah, here he is. Or she is. But yeah, this looks like a male Lalafell. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile! I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements! Well, maybe if you turn around and look at this pot. Oh, what have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lamartine! You thieving knave, I shall call for the... Oh, made especially for you by the man himself! Yes, Hahasako, you were certainly one to jump to conclusions. Then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve! And so, with that taken care of, let's take Hahasako's level 41 challenge entitled, With the Utmost Care. Hahasako is trying very hard to contain his excitement, and is failing. Good thing he's not falling. Oh, frabjous day, Kaloo-Kalay, that I should be chosen to guide this man! Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest of Professor Lambertine's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry! Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous Mirrorites lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warden pot, and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. So, let's go ahead and do just that. Okay, we're off. We're off to the southeast. And this is a place that I have been to before off camera in order to complete the level 4 hunting log, the level 4 hunting log for the Lancers Guild. And so what we want to do is continue to follow this path. How far are we following it? Well, let's just keep going, because we're obviously on the right track. We are on course correctly. So, past the Furbles. And too bad they're not Furbies. I think I made that joke before. And so, here we are at the burning wall. And looks like this guy has a challenge, but what's the experience level on it? It is 41. Okay, you know what, I might want to take this one before I leave, because I will need the experience points, of course. So down into the Burning Wall region of Stanalin. Yeah, all the enemies here are now level 40. So that means caution must be exercised, and crap, there is a fate that is in play where I need to be standing. And that is not good. That worries me. Well, I can summon my Chocobo to help me out if I acquire it, which, knowing my luck, I probably will. So, take a left. And so, how far is? Okay, it's almost out of time, so I'm not need to be all that worried. Let's bring out my Chocobo to help me out here. Let's use the Chocobo to not only, of course, gain experience, but also take care of any enemies like Mirror Knights, which might run interference. So let's start pounding away on it. Yeah, Mirror Knight's a big bird wearing fully clad armor. In fact, the only thing that's not armored are its wings. And so, let us get this out of the way. There we go. And the time is run out on the Fates. So, all we have to do is go over to where we need to extract a chunk of crystal. Let's hope we can stay into the correct spot, because yeah, this did confuse me before when I did this with my first avatar. I believe I have to find a way down in order to access what I require. Hey, I'm not doing too bad fighting a level 44 opponent. In fact, that slowed down a bit. Ooh, but it is fighting quite well, because it's took half my health. But yeah, now I want to find a descent point. And that's where the trouble really begins, because yeah, I want to get down there. That is what I need to be accessing. It's a shame you just can't drop down, you have to find a way down. Okay, jump over the rock. How did I do this before? Well, let's get you out of the way so you're not bothering me. Get you out of the way so that you're not bothering me, and we'll just move on. Ooh, gust attack. Mirror Knight, use gust. Yeah, you didn't do that the first time. But yeah, before long, this Mirror Knight will be dead. And there it goes, likely off of Lanza. Okay. That's where I need to... And this is always where it gets complicated, because you don't know where to fall down. Because I know I need to in order to get access to the crystal. Because yeah, it's going to be down there, because I can see enemies walking around. This is where it always gets frustrating, because the map does not guide you reliably. Did I find where I was going? No. Curse you, map. Or maybe we have to go this way. Sure, and then it misguides. Ugh. This stupid map. Give me an answer! Okay, I think we found it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, because now we're beneath the top tier. Which means what I require should not be far now. But that doesn't mean that... Yep, here it is, corrupted crystal. Or, in this case, corrupted cluster of crystal. But yeah, let's go ahead and pound these Mirror Knights again. Gotta do it, has to be done. Gotta do everything I can to keep myself alive while I'm harvesting. Yeah, harvest season is tough around here in Realm Reborn. But there we go. So let's step up to the corrupted crystal and use the quarrying maul. And now we have got it. Or, no, not yet. Okay, yeah, now we have to contain it in the pot. There we go. Now we're done. Yeah, another one of these instances where the map can confuse you like crazy. So let's find our way back out. Yeah, because it does show you evidence of a second tier, but it doesn't necessarily guide you as to where specifically you can access it. So, now back over to where we need to be. We're not going to bother with this Mirror Knight because we've already fought a few of them. Instead, we go back to Hahasako, weaving my way through the burning wall, stepping on quartz doblins, trying to figure out how the heck Edie is supposed to see around the Chocobo's witch's hat. Yes, all those things. Oh, looks like this may actually be something I could have done if I wanted to. But we're not going to bother. No, I just want to get out of here. We'll leave the perimeter of the fate. Because, yeah, we want to see, because this is a level 41 challenge, I might as well take it while I have the time to do so. So let's take on the level 41 challenge of Floating Stone entitled D is for Dead. A rolling stone such as yourself will surely find some business in common with a fellow called Floating Stone. But if you would, but speak to the miner. You know about quartz doblins? Didn't expect you to. They're only found in the most dangerous reaches of Thanalan. Types of goblins they are, just the kind of crunchier. Oh yes, they eat crystals, you know, and around these parts there's a king's feast to be had. Make the doblins grow pure, clear quartz right in their bodies. Think you can get some for me? Yeah, so, we want to go, actually, back the way we came, pretty much. Because, yeah, we've already seen a number of quartz doblins, so now if we can just slay 5 of them for our good friend here, we can make our way to get that challenge completed. So we'll walk past the Golden Fleece, past the Mirror Knights, and if we see a quartz doblin, we go ahead and crack it. Yeah, we're gonna crack its back. In fact, we'll even crack the backs of the Mirror Knights too, because we are in a situation where it's pretty much going to be expected we need to do so in order to keep ourselves alive. So, that is what I shall do. To you and your mama. And soon yeah, you won't even get off that gust. You're dead. Alright. Time to crack some doblins and extract their quartz. Make an example out of you all. Oh, yeah, it has a ability called Shatter. And I wasn't able to get out of the range of the attack in time. But we will soon have it dead. Okay, there's one. So let's take out his friend, who is just happened to be right next to him. Yeah, these doblins, they kind of look like snails when you look at them. Really giant, large versions of snails. It's basically like Gary, but with quartz on its back instead of just a run-of-the-mill shell. Yeah, it's too bad these things don't meow. Now for number 3. Time for number 3, and time to get more quartz. And time to avoid the shadow attack. Boy, my Chocobo can really take a hit, and that's good. That is very helpful. Alright, you're gone. So now, just 2 more over here, and we're set. Yeah, this isn't taking all that long at all. Yeah, we're moving along quite well with this, so I'm happy about that. Avoid the shadow attack. And go. Let's crack these doblins, extract their quartz from them, and so now just 1 more to go. And since the chain of my attack kept going, we are definitely off to a good head start with this last one. Oh, avoid the shatter. And back in we go. Won't be long now. Alright, we got our 5. Move out! Move out back to Mr. Rolling Stone. Like Rolling Stone. Da, 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 da. I can't imitate the sound of a harmonica, unfortunately. But yeah, we will get ourselves over to Mr. Rolling Stone again. Get ourselves out of the perimeter of the Fate so we are not being attacked. And oh, it's Floating Stone, not Rolling Stone. Floating Stone. What was I chased? No. Yeah, Floating Stone. Good hunting. Bag any clear quartz there. Well, will this do it? Them's what I was after. Clear as a gold's piss. No offense intended. Yeah, stupid writers, and a ring like a bell's. The Calamity's changed a lot of things around here, that's true enough, but it's still a treasure trove. You can't ask for much more as a miner. And so, a little extra experience points because every little bit helps. Back to High Bridge now. I'd stay clear from the Amaja if I were you. And so now back over towards High Bridge. So we get to see what Hahasako thinks of the chunk of corrupted crystal that we've just obtained. And we'll see if it is of a sufficient quality. I mean, it should be, considering where we are and what we've accomplished. So here's High Bridge over here. So let's make sure that Mr. Hahasako gets what he requested of us. So, run down the stairs on my chocobo and speak with Hahasako. I see you've come galloping back. Have you the crystal then? Right in here. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal! Professor Lamartine will be doubtless thrilled with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with your harvesting. Oh, that will not be an issue. So teleport back to Camp Drybone. And we'll see what kind of results we get by speaking with the professor. And see if what we got was of sufficient quality for him. Okay. Back over to the professor. And we'll see what... Ooh. Are you okay? Oh. He passed away. He passed away and no one knows this passing until now. Alright. Professor Lambertains, with a heavy heart. My keen scholar's sense tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal, am I right? Yes, I did. It would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired. A corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected ether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. Oh crap. I suppose I'm at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would never have sent you to Hahasako. Oh, well, I'm sure that makes him feel a lot better. But what is science if not trial and error, and can you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Think, man, you understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldessian. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you alright? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. And so, what will we be taking? Well, now up into the Mega Potion class. I believe I will take 3 of them. And since Lambertaine has another 41, let's take his challenge entitled A Promising Prospect. Professor Lambertaine knows where you might find the crystal you seek. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my students, Siana, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern La Nosea. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern La Noscea was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an Imperial castrum. Now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was Western La Noscea, Pharaoh Sirius, on the Isles of Umber to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalamud's talents or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she's still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Siana's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the cross and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and don't forget to take your makeshift wooded pot, lest she think you unprepared for the task. Well, now we know what we have to do next, so since we know we have to go to Western La Noscea now to take on the next challenge, we'll do that next time. So, with a hopefully moving on in the works, we'll see if we can find the crystal we are looking for. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will speak with Siana over in Aleport to see if she can hook us up with the crystal that we require. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.